Hi everyone, so we just got back from a really exciting trip to the Remac mine. The Remac mine, I remember telling you, is 3,000 feet down, a really deep mine. About half of that's flooded. There's been all kinds of stories about the Remac, urban legends. There's a guy that said that they found an underground bunker and they made a video about it, but it's a bunch of bullshit. There's no such thing. They just made that up. To go down a shaft, we had to go down and take 1,000 feet of rope to get down the shaft to get to the main level of the mine. Really exciting. There's been all kinds of rumors about this mine. Nobody's that I know of has been able to get to the bottom of it. They said it was blocked. We got there. Yeah, it's really exciting getting down there, and we'll show you what we found.
Chase, time's running out, and the using life day. Streets infected and crawled in the slime. The neon nightmare is about to unwind.
We have just a beautiful camping spot here on the Ponderay River. We spent 4 days here. And the mine is kind of in the middle of the picture. You can just see some tailings. There's not much left for buildings at all at the Remac here. And there's a bridge going across the Ponderay here, and this is goes to the Redbird mine. So the Ponderay actually went 1,500 feet below the level of the water here underneath the river, but the two never joined up together. So there's not all that much to see on the surface, but there's lots underground. This is all that's left of the town of Remac. They had a big auction back in the mid-70s when they shut the mine down, and all the houses were trucked out that were any good, and then the rest of the stuff, I guess they just burnt it and bulldozed it down. You can just kind of see some flat spots, and this is like a real ghost town. So keep your eyes peeled. You know, if you're looking for ghosts, you'll find it. I'm sure we'll find a ghost down here somewhere. Fly a drone down into there, and this is really cool. There's not many places you can fly a drone safely, and this is just a really cool spot. We're between the kind of the lower and the upper at it, and we can get down there and show you some of this. I'm just flying down this big open stope down to this big cut. A lot of people suggest taking a drone down the mines. I guess they figure maybe it's safer than me going down there, but when the most mines are pitch black, you can't see anything. And I didn't think it was much of a problem because the drone, you just kind of let go of it and it just hovers in the same place. So you just take it nice and slow and ease your way down there and have some pretty awesome shots. And I got into some trouble down there. It doesn't actually show it. I ran out of film before the incident happened. But what happened is I went down there and started filming some of this stuff. And it's pretty awesome pictures as you go down. But it's at quite an angle going sideways. So as I started going down, it got pretty tight in there, and as I started lifting up, I came close to the wall and the alarm started going off, and then all of a sudden it lost GPS position because it's so far in the canyon, so it's having trouble kind of figuring out where it is. And I actually hit the wall, just barely tapped the wall, and I was able to pull the drone away from the wall and fly it back up. It's actually just an amazing piece of technology. And took about 2-inch chunk out of the propeller, which cost me about $9. But it's kind of too bad for you guys, because if the drone would have went to the bottom, we'd have had another really exciting expedition of me going to the bottom here and retrieving my drone. But pretty cool to see it from down there too, right? Just amazing with the drones, the pictures you see. So away we go. We took 5 200-foot long ropes and we went down the main incline shaft all the way to the bottom 1900 level where all the ore came out. And there's a lot of stories on the internet and whatever about the shaft being plugged and a whole bunch of other stuff. Mostly all just nonsense. A lot of people tried to get down here. They tried to hire search and rescue through the Backcaver program to get down there, and they ran out of rope and couldn't get down there. So, as far as I know, I'm the only one that in modern times has made it down there. So, but you see, that some of these areas are really rough. The first part, it's really slippery and nasty. The first part is really bad, and then there's about 300 feet where it's actually really good, and away went to the bottom.
This is a section in the middle. It's really nice. There's about 300 feet. There's hardly even a rung missing, and it's just beautiful. And then it gets up there, it's really tight. You got to squeeze through sideways, and you can't bring it back, and it's a pain. These little ladders are pretty rotten. You just go along, all of a sudden, you got a pretty good deal here. This ascender just goes up, and that ratchets, and you just kind of keep pulling yourself up. And it's also got a tether. So if I let go of it, I'm still hooked onto the line, safety line. So if I fall, I'm covered. And like I say, this doesn't look that steep, but I'd never go down there without a rope. The ladder rungs are pretty good. I can see something down there. Nah, just with my imagination. Look, there's a ghost. Well, we've done her. That's how much rope we got left. So if you want to know how much rope it takes to get down to the main hall level, it's 1,000 feet with that much left to spare. So this is what we're looking for. The main hall level. Big tunnel, and this is where all the ore came down. So we had to go down a total of 850 feet from the 2650 level. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. So that electric railway in here, they snipped the copper off before they left. And going this way would be the way out. Wow, eh? Oh, lots of air here. So this is where all the ore should come down. Now this mine actually goes down another, well, let's see, about over 1,500 feet down, but I suspect that's all flooded. Going to the right hand side, and we're really going to check this rumor out, and we don't believe it, but apparently there's supposed to be an underground bunker with power and everything under here. I think it's a lot of malarkey, but we got to check it out. Rumors been circulating for a long time, so I'm sure a lot of people are really interested to see if it's actually true or not. So there was an internet video posted, and it showed these guys going in here and find this huge complex underground, but I think it's a joke, a hoax. My thoughts on it, we shall see. Well, we're continuing along like a long bloody tunnel. So really good airflow here at least, so that's always nice. Lots of air blowing through here. Over many areas where they had boards up on the back there, but some of the crumblier areas, if you have a wider opening, it's also more difficult to support it. Yeah, we didn't bore you going all the way through these tunnels. There's miles of tunnels, like 2.65 miles or something. So we'll just kind of show you the highlights here. You see something interesting. Oh, that's interesting. It kind of looks like that might be a horse cart. Except where the hoists were, no, it's just a mine car. These are the cars that they use. Because the hoist cars are 4 feet apart. This is just a 3 foot. These are one of the mine cars they use. Pretty big horse. Kind of a pretty soft section in here. Got a layer of serpentinite in here. You know, it's caved in a little bit, but not really that much. I mean, yeah, it's definitely serpentinite. And they had it drilled and stuff, but it didn't help. Well, I suppose it helped, but it wasn't the total solution to the problem. Now, if you have soft rock, there's not much you can do. There's not many places you see the back with lagging like that, but because this little serpentinite zone. Interesting, in this mine, like up at Phoenix, they have this style of connector. But you see here, they have two. There's 2 copper lines there, so that tells me that they didn't use the rail for a ground, maybe for safety reasons. They had 2 of them hooked together. So here is a section they flooded where it actually happened. So there's about 4 feet of water in this section. Well, there's a real cool artifact I'd just love to have, but yeah, so that's a train switching. A switch. We switched the track. Pretty neat, though. Well, this is really interesting here because this is where the hoist goes down. Now this mine actually goes down a total of about 3,000 feet. So, and this is the first place that we've seen it go down. And it's flooded right to this level, which wasn't surprising to me because we're only 100 feet over top of the Pend Oreille River. No smoking when riding. Skip. Shaft bell. Do not.
This is a cool double hoist station, so they hauled ore up and down to this main level from below and from above.
So we definitely know we're at the lowest level we can go on this mine because it's flooded below us, which I suspected was the case because the Pend Oreille River is only 150 feet below us. So I can see there's no possible way that there could be any levels above that weren't flooded. Because where would the water drain to? You know, the river's the lowest part. Yeah, a few tools. Odds and ends, shaft bell. Well, that's a big monster, twin shaft. That might be the other shaft that we know of. I'm not sure. There's one other shaft further in the mine that we looked down, but had a lot of real rotten stuff. It doesn't look really good. Quite wide, big twin shaft. This is where all the ore went out of the mine. Oh, pretty extensive stoping on this side here. Oh, lots of stuff in here. Whoop. Not so bad if we fall through here because, well, who wants to go for a swim, but a real cool swimming pool here. A pretty neat big stoped out area. And I'm guessing as we look in this other way, we'll see that big wall that we were thinking of climbing through. Now we don't have to. Oh, another big room. Right, we're seeing quite a, we're not going to show you all of these, but we're seeing lots of levels going up to higher areas. So there's obviously cross-cut levels above us, but we don't want to go up any of them old sketchy ladders without ropes. And there's a train going both ways. We came from the right where the hoist level is. We're just going to continue along the bottom. Oh, that's nasty, eh? Look at that, eh? We don't want to be wet up to our necks if we can avoid that. So what do we got there? It looks like a possible lunchroom there, or a toilet. So let's see in here. We got a few branches we can check out. I'm standing on the railway tracks. Oh, there's a big room in here. Oh, neat. So this is a power room, obviously. Oh, there's another, looks like another hoist level going up. So we've come across this wall here, the big water mains. Looks like they tried to flood this. The shaft room where they run the big winch. Oh, hey. This is the big winch for the ran the shaft, eh? Oh no, this is actually a fan. Oh, this is just a big fan. This. Oh yeah. Yep. It's for air. Big blower.
So here's another. Ooh, be careful because that floor is rotten. It goes down to lower levels. Look, there's I think they call that a skip car. That's what they use to go down up and down these inclined shafts, because you can see it's 2 feet wide. The rails on the bottom. And it's just a big mine car. Oh, they used all the ore in those, I'm sure. Must have had a big door on it and then dumped it out. Cage capacity 10 men. Oh, that road bend there. Yeah. Looks like a steel ladder going up, but I'm not going up there, so I'm not going up any freaking levels. Those ladders are just too old and rusty, and I'm here by myself. It take freaking days for anyone to find me. So definitely got to be more careful than we usually are. I should put an arrow or something where I came from. I don't want to get lost under here. So as we travel further and further south, there's winds there. The water's just getting deeper and deeper, so what's happening here is there's a big concrete wall that they built in here to seal this mine off. Because mines are always built at a bit of an incline, because it makes it easier for the cars running downhill. So we're not going to get anywhere by going this way. We might as well turn around and head back into the shallow. We're going to be swimming here pretty soon. It just gets deeper and deeper going that way. So there's no way that this is going to lead out anywhere. And the little hoax on the internet there about this big hidden bunker and all that underneath it is a bunch of malarkey. Because there's no way to get on the other side of the river, the Pendere River, because we're already above the river level, and she's going to be flooded. So there's no possible way that there's any kind of a bunker underneath here. This was our big goal here, to get to this level of the mine and have a look and see what's down here. So it's very simple. Once you get down here, you start heading south, the water's starting to get deeper and deeper, and you can't get any further. So, if you're heading the other way, the water starts getting shallower. So it's pretty hard to get lost. Looks like we found a little lunchroom here or something. Yeah. We're up to our knees in water here. The floor is rotten, but it's not likely to go any much deeper than it is already. What do we got in here? Not much. Dettol. A few first aid supplies, like a little first aid shack. One thing's kind of neat here. Oh, permit to operate diesel engine underground. Well, yeah, I don't mind taking something like that, because 1973 it says. We got in behind here. Just a collection of wedges. Just showing a shot of these big bins. They're pretty nice bins, eh? Big hydraulic, or air operated, I guess. For the gates to go up and down to open the chute gates. So you got to think that's got to be some pretty major, for two big ore chutes to be right beside each other. That got to be some pretty major workings up there. Kind of strange though, there's ore still in there. You think they shut down the mine unless the ore just started getting thinner and thinner. You wouldn't expect to see ore in these ore chutes, but there is. Here's another type of ore chute gate, and you see looks a little older than the other one. So it's like three of them almost all together here. But so what probably happened is they got maybe plugged up and they had to build something else, or couldn't get it unplugged, I don't know. Voltage. Do not enter unless authorized. They don't mean me though, right? Motor of some type here. Probably a big compressor. Oh, nice comfy chair. And those red light bulbs. Saw one of those red light bulbs in another mine. They must mean something for a telephone or something. Yeah, there's lots of lights in here. Well, looks like we found a little lunchroom. Well, it's probably a lunchroom, or they have these little shelters and stuff too in case there's some kind of an issue in a mine or whatever they need to hide somewhere. But, you know, they probably come in here and have their lunch, I guess. Yeah, why not? Yeah. So this is the bottom. If we would have continued going down that shaft we were coming down, this would be the bottom. But we hopped off to here at the 2,000 level, and we took a better ladder coming down. I guess that brings us to an end. Time to head back to the surface and head her home after 4 days of exploring the deepest accessible levels of the Remac. Yeah, so it's a little sketchy in here. Mike always says, well, by the time I say it's a little sketchy, it's way past time for him to turn back. But you can see they had to support the back here with timbers, which you don't see very often. So, if I could sneak by here without touching anything, I might. Well, there's one set of tracks here, but they're mine. Yeah, I guess, you know, this is kind of a little sketchy, eh? Just don't talk too loud. It probably won't fall in. Oh, look at this faulting here. Doesn't that look cool? Folds, a fold or a fault. Really kind of interesting looking material in here. The back is getting lower and lower, but I think it's just maybe the silt on the floor. Kind of an interesting little section in here, and I actually wouldn't go any further, but the problem is I can see an ore cart past there. So let's just go. What is this? Fill in water, son of a bitch. Friggin' mud. Sucking in there. There's another level just a little ways up here, so let's sneak up here. There's a little scraper, kind of a weird looking scraper, but I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah, quite a few levels here. That looks pretty neat, eh? Down, I suppose. There must be a name for that. I don't know what it is. So this was the 2350 level. It's got some pretty major crosscut levels. Oh. There's our electrical equipment in here. Quite a bit of equipment. Big electrical cable. What do we got going this way? Doesn't look too nasty. I'd probably sneak over there without anything breaking, huh? Good hook, yeah. All right, this is probably the lowest part of that big stope that you see from the very top. It's jammed up, and this is the 2,000 level, so it's vertically, it is 650 feet below there. So, I don't think I'd want to ride up and down this guy, but look at this. There's an old style winch here, kind of like a boat winch, and a big pulley. So I'm thinking if you wanted to, you could ride down there if you were crazy. All right, so we found this other cool level. It's got all these neat cars left here. It's probably around the 2300 level. We didn't go on this level before because we had to walk through some water and didn't want to get my boots wet, but going back out since the boots are already soaked and wet, it didn't make no difference. Well, there's a whole whack of these cars here. And I guess these are the cars they used on this level. Oh yeah, see they had an automatic dump. It's like a Granby style car. Walked too close to that ore chute. So see this ramp here, there's wheels on one side of the car. They just come up and they skid up there, so as it's going by, it automatically dumps into this lower level. It's always a danger if you're down here and someone decides they should throw a rock down a hole. You happen to be down here. So we'll just untangle that. Oh, there's another golf ball. Goes down quite a long ways, but we know there's a lot of mine underneath us. Shouldn't be a surprise. There's sure a long ways underground. You wouldn't expect rats to be this far down here. So there's a nice explosive box. What they call bait, you know, they stick them out there on some unstable surfaces. But no worries, we're not going to be taking the bait anyhow because that is a long ways. We're 850 feet on ladders going down. So it's actually a lot further than that. 850 feet vertically. I'll have a look at it. Foresight. Perforated shells. Yeah. There he is, right there. See, big rat, eh? See him there? Pretty fair size. Oh, that's just a regular bush rat. Pretty fair size, though. I don't want to tempt his sense of humor. Look at all the golf balls. I don't know, there's so many golf balls there. Seen about 6, 7, 8, 10 of them already. For some reason, people must decide it'd be fun to throw golf balls down here. I don't know. I'd rather they threw golf balls than rocks. At least while I'm under here. Alright, so now we're beginning the long process to get out of here. We got to demobilize all this rope. We got like 5 200-foot chunks of rope and 2 backpacks to get all this stuff out of here. So it's been quite a job. It'd be hours to get out of here. Alright, so we got 350 feet of rope in this bag now. You know, I kind of thought that maybe a guy would just try to pull all the rope up. The problem is, I don't know how much you could actually pull. Sure, you can't pull 1,000 feet. And the other problem is, you get all the way to the top, you start pulling the rope up, and it gets snagged on something at the bottom. Then you got to climb 1,000 feet to the frickin' bottom again. So that, nope. We're just going to take it slow and steady.
Talk, cut to the chase. Time's running out.